welcome to another episode of Liqvd and Talks. Today's guest is a very good friend of mine and a fantastic, well-known digital marketer as well. Here is Jahid Ahmed. He is the head of digital sales and marketing at HDFC Bank. Jahid, welcome to Lit.
Thank you.
The entire purpose of Liqvd and Talks is to get to meet people like you, which we otherwise don't meet or meet at the boardrooms, but obviously goes without saying, as honest as possible. Right.
Thanks, Arnab.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me over here.
Right.
I think your creative sense is really rippling over here. Liqvd.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's be in motion.
Yeah. Done. We're going the Netflix route of putting 3 keywords for every episode.
Okay.
So the theme for yours is purpose,
Okay.
precision,
Okay.
and performance. Because I
Wow.
don't think BFSI marketing exists without
Sounds like my care.
performance. Exactly. Correct. Honestly, my first question, which is more related to purpose, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we have to really talk about purpose-led marketing, we have all seen HDFC Bank being very, very active over the last couple of years. So would you want to talk about, anything that you have done where you felt that the purpose is higher?
So today, if you see, purpose-driven marketing is pretty much at the core of HDFC Bank. And if you ask me, the purpose of the bank is to help Indians make sense of money and helping them to take money decisions better. The largest endemic to hit people is cyber fraud, right? So along with managing money, how to protect your money is the other aspect of it that we have to cover. That's where we have introduced Vigil Aunty as one of the largest cyber fraud initiative. But if you see, one thing is constant, and that is they always play with your fear, greed, or urgency. So we are trying to evoke those thoughts now and how you can control and be conscious of those thoughts. So we are trying to kind of go deep inside and seeing how we can help each other, right? And that's the way we are trying to do those things.
No, it's very interesting. I mean, since you specifically spoke about Vigil Aunty and I'm also following it myself, and I must say it's a good job done. Of course, I understand the purpose now very clearly what you're doing. But then how did you connect it back to performance or its well-being of the mankind is why the bank is investing? Or did it really make sense for you guys in terms of investment?
The reason why performance metrics should be there is because you are doing a campaign for the success of the countrymen. Is it successful or not? In that purpose, in that objective, that has to be defined. It can be an uptake that are people accepting Vigil Aunty, that overall fraud is reducing or not. Right. So the metrics and benchmarks have to be there. Otherwise, how do we know it's really helping in the right direction or not? If you see today, India has 30,000 crore of frauds happening, cyber frauds.
Wow.
Okay, 30,000 crores
rupees
1 year,
in
FY25.
Wow.
This is a real call that we need to kind of be responsible towards, right? I think as we talk, we have almost a 2 million plus fan following on Vigil Aunty. If you ask me, has it been able to do this job completely? I think we have miles to cover before we say successful. Correct. Okay. But I think the initial acceptance there, and the best part is we are having a constant knock at it. We're not letting it go. Looking at us, I think the ecosystem is also growing. I see my competition brands doing it.
Almost 9,000 plus branches, right?
Yeah.
If one thing that keeps me awake at night about digital marketing is, I think personalization at scale, right? You have so many customers. You have to talk to everybody in their way, and money is a very personal decision. How do you talk to so many people in their way? I mean, it's really something that it keeps me, very, very interested to know.
HDFC Bank, I think it's a household name, right? Guess how many number of TV commercials we must have done?
I mean, I could remember no more than maybe 5, 6.
It'll be hardly 1 or 2 in the last,
Yes.
a major TV commercial breakout,
Correct,
right?
right.
That's the power of distribution that this bank has. What has succeeded in power of distribution? It's always a personalized communication. And now that same concept is being done by us in the digital world. So it's a very interesting marketing parlance that we follow called Ulta Draupadi.
Ulta Draupadi, okay.
So 1 wife and 5 H in typical Mahabharata. Ulta Draupadi is just reverse of it.
Okay.
It's 5 W and 1 H. Who is the customer? Whom should I give a loan is first. Then is how much. So we understand who can be given, how much can be given. Then we talk about which platform. Then is what is the communication. And then when should we talk to him. So I think this is a guardrail that we follow to the T, be it any distribution, be it my offline, branches or the digital team. So the product is personalized, the amount is personalized, the channel is personalized, the time is personalized, and the creative is personalized.
Where do we draw the line between the personalization and frustration? Like sometimes being in this industry, I myself feel that this is a overkill for me.
Yeah.
I don't need to see these ads so many times.
Right.
I have made my decision, right? How do you really draw that line?
We maybe tend to cross the line and over-communicate. Okay. So that is the art of suppression. So what is the frequency capping after which he or she is not responding? A lot of times I've seen e-commerce, I've already bought that product.
Yeah.
But that product ad is still coming to me. So why isn't that suppression happening?
Right.
I have already engaged in one of the mediums. It can be email, SMS, WhatsApp, paid. I might not have all the channels engaging with me. Can we suppress all the other channels? And then we can only suppress one or two which is most relevant at this point of time because I've already seen the engagement.
What is the tool stack? Is there one ideal one for everybody to understand? Because I see you communicate successfully. I see you're very convinced with the model that you set up. And it's working for the bank for so many years. How do you really differentiate from signal from the noise?
A lot of organizations are invested in pod structures. Now the team of this pod is to just come and look at the analytical dashboard every day morning. So the first way is the signal that is coming in. What's coming in? What's dropping off? Is there an anomaly today, which can be a tech anomaly? And it's majorly tech anomalies, which is happening, which is not allowing people to go in. What are the drop-off reasons? And then what is finally the conversion rate? Each and every drop-off is a signal for us to understand, analyze, and then immediately what course correction can be done to get that customer back. Till the time he's obviously a hard reject, So that is how we are trying to see what are the signals that we can use, optimize, and then get the customer back.
Everything is measured by the success metric called ROAS. Can you talk about any campaign that you think did not perform on the paper metric, but you actually consider it to be a win?
Interesting. See, not the broader campaign, because obviously if it's a performance driven, so there's a purpose driven campaign, there's a performance driven campaign, which is business driven campaign. So what happens is when people start talking about paid is not performing, the matrix of paid is not to get the last click attribution.
Yeah.
The matrix of paid might be optimization is at a offer scene level, where at least I'm getting the traffic and he is having an offer. It can be a card offer, it can be a loan offer. That is good enough for me.
Yeah.
What we should do is define what are the channels which will get me good traffic. What is the quality of good traffic? There should be an offer against the person. He or she must have seen the offer, might not have completed the entire journey now.
Right.
Okay. Then it's the power of my homegrown remarketing channels to kind of convert. The nudges will come in, right?
One thing that has stayed strong, I think, creativity, because storytelling has always struck a chord with Indians and so on and so forth. But tell me, as somebody who's leading it from the front, you are working with agencies. Tell me that how do you kind of balance this entire aspect of creativity and the compliance, right? Our experience, I've seen so many times the creative gets changed because the compliance team has not approved it.
Vigil Aunty is an example. Very interesting. It's not spoken so much, but another very interesting activity that we did was fin compatibility.
Okay.
So let's say today, before marriage, you do all kind of tests, right? Have you guys ever done a financial compatibility test?
Wow.
And you'll be shocking to know that 40% of the divorces are happening today because of financial incompatibility. So we made a calculator which is actually helping they understand money and what is their mindset with money. The authenticity and the transparency of the bank and the brand is at the core. So every communication that we do, we ensure that it reflects on that transparency and authenticity. Okay. I think that is what is helping us to kind of beat any kind of compliance.
That actually brings me to a very interesting segment of my question, is that it's a very, very highly regulated industry, the BFSI, and at Liqvd Asia we continue to want to do innovative work, and we meet a lot of youngsters who are continuously pushing to do innovative work in this category. How do you manage absolute innovation or creative thinking in this highly regulated industry?
Let's say there's an aspect of loss aversion.
Okay.
So very interesting stats that fear of missing out hurts 1.31x times more than winning off something. So people actually feel loss more. So when you are trying to communicate, you don't need to show how much you will gain, but what's more important is how much you will lose. Another interesting fact is endowment. Make the consumer feel that you already own this. And then if you don't take this, there's a fear of loss.
Okay.
So endowment clubbed with fear of loss works brilliantly.
Just on a lighter note, I think all the cognitive biases fail on a Mumbai train, local, right? Then you have no choice. You can't take right or left.
Yeah.
It's where the crowd is taking you.
It's just a crowd taking you, yeah.
You have literally moved with the pace of the industry. But people who are entering now, probably they have lesser chances to make mistakes and learn because the industry is already somewhere matured at a level that you're expecting certain things, right? Is there a way that you're particularly inculcating this knowledge that you have gained over the last decade? Is there a cultural fitment that you're looking for in the people? Is there a way that you want to create this team, or you're actually building that team?
Digital as an industry is one of the most dynamic industry. We thought millennials is different. Then was Gen Z different.
Yeah.
And now I think I'm not even talking about Gen Alpha at this point of time, but whenever they hit the notion, I hope we are retired by that time. But then,
Hope so.
but I think every wave is different. Today, gone are the generations where they are going to listen to you and do something. They are smart guys who are digitally native, who wants to bring onto the table their point of view, their thought process. I think, and that is where we have to leverage upon it. So the culture over here is pretty much the learning has to happen not only at the junior level, but we as seniors, as mentors, we also have to continuously learn ourselves of how to accept whatever new knowledge is coming in.
In many ways, advertising agencies are very unstructured.
Right.
Of course, there is a hierarchy, but we are very unstructured. Like it's in our name, at least in Liqvd, it's like the name itself. We're fluidic in our nature. But in a structured organization, like I'm guessing what HDFC would be. I've never worked for a bank, but I'm guessing it's a very structured organization, like most of the banks. How do you operate like a startup within the structured setup?
Very interesting question. I think you know what, the guardrails have to be structured, but the movement can be agile. Okay. What do I mean by this? Someone is going to win the World Cup, and the match is going to finish at 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock in the night, right? Anyone can win the match. So, and I think HDFC Bank is doing a great job in moment marketing. The guardrails are structured, but the agility is within that we have to do this. So, might as well make 2-3 creatives, get it ready, whichever goes live, and then we go live with it.
Right. Is there a kind of talent that you really look for today, which you like maybe did not want or maybe almost despised 5 years back?
So, if you're looking at that, I think what really matters is the attitude to learn and the attitude to perform. Okay, I have seen people coming from branch banking to digital, gaining momentum and doing best at what it takes today. But we kind of gauge as to what's your attitude to come and gel with the team, to work together, to collaborate, to be a fun guy. We want positive energy with attitude to learn and grow. I think if you are that, that's what is kind of get you going.
What is your definition of marketing from 10 years from today? 2035, where is marketing?
I think marketing is still the crux of any organization. Having said that, marketing also will become a very strong channel to drive revenue upfront, which will become the most cost-effective acquisition channel.
All the change that is kind of happening in marketing, do you see the overall size to be shrinking, or with all AI coming in terms of the value?
The basics will remain the same. Marketing mix remains the same. Okay, I think the way we do marketing changes.
Okay.
Right? Because I think every brand will fight for the mind matrix. Right? What's going to change is the way we used to create, but the output will still continue to be the fight for mind matrix. Okay. I think that's not going anywhere.
That brings me to the last segment of this. It's a rapid fire. I'm calling it the Jahid signal.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you like 7 questions. You can give 1 word or 1 sentence answers. Purpose or performance?
Performance.
Now you know it. It's performance. Second, Instagram Reels or LinkedIn thought pieces?
कहाँ से लेके आए? Okay. To disseminate my thoughts, LinkedIn. For for dopamine shots, Instagram Reels.
That's actually a smart way of putting it. AI hype or AI help?
Yeah, I help 100%.
We won't tell anybody this. 1 secret metric that you love tracking?
Attrition rate.
Okay. 1 marketing trend that you think is absolutely overhyped?
Last click attribution.
That's attribution. I think so too. I
Yeah.
agree with you.
Yeah.
Right. 1 marketer you wish you had met?
Daniel Kahneman.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think he's pretty much the way he has got behavioral economics, the way he's kind of cultivating
Correct.
B.
Yes.
Okay, I think that's why. But yeah, Daniel Kahneman.
And this could be a little bit of paragraph answer. 1 campaign you wish you had done?
Many.
I would have given arm and a leg to believe that kuch khas hai. Cadbury is my campaign. I'm ready to give out 2 of my kidneys to say this is my campaign.
Yeah. If you ask me, okay, I want to do something like what Patagonia has done. And maybe when you talk about purpose, if we can take a step back and say, this is the purpose-driven brand that we have been successfully made to kind of set up in the industry. Okay, I think that's a great success that we will take up. The way Patagonia has been able to set it up, okay, as a purpose-driven, persistent, consistently at it. I think that is something I'll give my arms and legs for it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jahid. Thank you. It's lovely having you. And that's all from Liqvd in Talks. Keep watching.